Hello, welcome back to another video. Today you will see me suffer in the MiG-23 with my friend Gunter, whose channel I will link below, and some stats and strategies for the plane. I hope you enjoy the video. Before we get started, here are some clips of us dogfighting in the MiG-23. With the dogfighting aside, we will review the MiG-23MLD. The MiG-23, which was at Tier 6, is now in Tier 7, making it less viable for newer players. Its cost is reasonable at 19,000, with top speed reaching 2,500 km per hour and a stall speed of 230 km per hour. Its optimal speed is 661 km per hour maxed, and it has decent acceleration, throttle per weight ratio of 0.92. The plane has a moderate turn rate, 25.45 degrees, and roll rate, 151 degrees. It comes equipped with 30 flares and chaff, making 60 in total, popping one chaff and flare every click, a radar, SAT for 23MLA2, and a radar warning receiver, SPO-15. The MiG-23MLD is equipped with the 23mm GSH-23 cannon, twin-barreled, firing 23 by 115 rounds at an impressive 3,400 rounds per minute, and a reload time of 18 seconds at max efficiency. Next, we will dive into the missile part of this video. Starting off with its IR missiles, the base R-60, the worst missile for the MiG-23 as it's a rear aspect-only missile. Not only that it can be flared with afterburners on, it is also slow at around 8,000 pounds of thrust, just barely making it go above Mach 1, but being able to turn 30 Gs and having an OK FOV. The R-60M is a close-range infrared-guided missile with an all-aspect seeker, meaning it can lock onto targets from various angles. It works best against unaware enemies, in rear aspect situations where the target's engine heat is easier to track, or when the enemy isn't focused on the launcher. While it has better flare resistance than the base R-60A, it's still vulnerable to countermeasures, but when you are too close, the R-60M will ignore all countermeasures and get you the kill. Before we continue, I would like to give a shout out to Boom Badoon for recognizing me in public servers. Nice. The R-2040 is a Mach 3 capable IR, though it does take some range to activate. With 18 Gs of turning it can be outmaneuvered. It also has an all-aspect seeker, meaning it has so very niche scenarios of use. Thought I would prefer the R-24Rs in its place. The next IR and final IR on the list is the almighty R-73. Being an all-aspect missile with a large gimbal, good field of view, 45 Gs of turning and quick turning off the rack, These missiles can turn 180s and make your opponents think it was simply magic. Though R-73s have no IRCCM but are just as strong as AIM-9Ls as a comparison, the R-73 is a little weak when an opponent has their afterburner off, but it doesn't stop the R-73 entirely. Now for the SAR missile. The R-24R is similar to the R-24T. It is a semi-active radar homing missile version of the R-24T, making it more viable for head-ons. Being the quickest SAR in Tier 7, if someone launches at you and commits, your missile will most likely reach them first, giving you an advantage. This SAR can be easily chaffed, but in update logs says SAPFA will try to automatically relock. Now we will go in the key opponents that the MiG-23 face and tactics you need to use. The MiG-23 faces various aircraft like the F-4 Phantom, F-16, F-15, Mirage 2000, Su-27 Flanker, and MiG-29. It's crucial to understand the strengths and weaknesses of both the MiG-23 and its opponents. The F-4's terrible maneuverability and horrible energy management can be used to your advantage by causing it to overshoot while turning into it for a missile shot. Against the F-15M SIP, use terrain and try to position yourself behind or beside it. Overshoot tactics can also work if they don't spam IR missiles. When facing the Su-27, keep afterburners off since the MiG-23 can outturn a slow Su-27. Avoid the Cobra maneuver and exploit their lack of speed. The MiG-29 is slightly trickier than the Su-27, but the same strategy applies. Use afterburner sparingly and aim to outmaneuver it at lower speeds. The Mirage 2000 is easier to handle by slowing it down and engaging in reverse dogfighting. Finally, for the F-16, just don't fight it, as an extended dogfight would kill you. So, before we conclude, here are the overall strategies to avoid dying in the MiG-23MLD. Stick to high speeds and altitudes for energy retention, use terrain for cover and to avoid being shot at, engage in 1v1 fights. Anything more could lead to quick death. Against certain aircraft, F-14, F-15, Su-27, MiG-29, F-16, use tactics like causing overshoots, slow turning fights, and keeping afterburners off to avoid missile threats. To conclude, the MiG-23 is a challenge to get good at, especially in its current tier, Tier 7, where it faces stronger opponents. It's best suited for players seeking a challenge or those aiming to unlock higher tier aircraft. If you're new or just goofing around, it can still be fun in specific lineups. Shout out to Gunter for most of the information on this video. Here are some pictures of him destroying the hell out of Tier 7 lobbies. With that being said, this video took me too long to make. Anyways, have a great day or night.